This application will share the runner's routes, but we will need to use location tracking.
I believe runners will like this feature. Runners will be able to find new routes they have not been to.
There are so many running routes available. Let's try Samuel's route. It is close by. I think there is someone following me.
Hi Johnny. One of our application users was approached by a stranger. They got their shoes stolen and they are blaming our application.
I do not understand. How could our app cause this?
Supposedly the new feature that allows route sharing was misused. The stranger, or misuser, used IT to stalk their running route.
Okay, I will fix this. I will inform Mario.
The application is doing well. We only received one complaint. Our feature depends on location tracking and sharing the running routes.
This feature compromised the privacy and security of our user. The route sharing inspired the incident because the application reveals personal information, which caused harm to the user.
We included location tracking in the terms of services. The users were informed about this new feature and how it is using location tracking as well.
Even if users agree to the terms of services and allow for location tracking, we should not allow this feature to remain as it is. It is harmful. Terms of services is being used as a means to an end. We know this feature is a compromise to privacy. There has been proof that someone WHO agreed to the terms of services has been harmed. They did not know using our new feature would inspire surveillance or monitoring, and neither did we. But we do know now.
If users agree to their routes being shared, does it not mean this data is not considered private? If the feature persists, more users may be harmed. But isn't this not our fault? For example, if weapons were supposed to be used to protect the peace, but if someone decides to use them for harm, then it is not the designer's fault. So ethically, are we not justified?
This is not ethically correct. Because under Kantianism, if we do not fix this, we are not expressing a desire to do what is right. We know this feature we designed is being misused. Some users are using the route data for secondary use and gathering this data for a purpose other than what it was intended for. The privacy risks are too high. There is personal information of our users being monitored. Users are not aware of who is collecting this information, so there is no informed consent, and more users will be harmed.
The feature relies on location tracking and sharing our users' data. We cannot change it, or the feature will not work.
What will you do if users agreed to their routes being shared? Does it mean this data is not considered private?
This data technically is not considered private. But users are not aware that this information is being used maliciously and creating stalking. Their route information is being used for secondary purposes, which is ultimately a breach to privacy and security.
Okay, we should remove this feature. But does that mean developers should never use location tracking? Because IT can create problems of surveillance.
If we can allow users control over their information and prevent their information being accessed without consent, this would be better. Information privacy related to private information about a person and freedom from intrusion and surveillance. If we can meet these standards, we can potentially develop features with location tracking without privacy and security compromise.